Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. In this video we'll uncover all you need to know about the new UK ETA. And also don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. Okay, so today we have a very special interview that you don't want to miss. Today we've got our very own visa expert Paula, and she'll be answering the main questions travellers have about the UK ETA. Paula has extensive experience in visa regulations and she's here to answer all your questions about the ETA requirements, application process and much more. So let's get started. So welcome Paula. So let me kick it off with the first question. Who will need an ETA to travel to the UK?
Thanks, James. Today, only nationals from Bahrain, Jordan, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates need to apply to the UK ETA. By the end of 2024, this requirement will likely expand to include travelers from other countries such as the US, Canada, Australia, even countries in the European Union, and many others. But essentially, what we need to know is that if you are a non-visa national, you will need an ETA for a short stay visit to the UK.
Okay, that's really good to know. So how much will it cost to apply for an ETA?
That's a really good question. As for July 2024, the cost of the ETA is £10 per application. This fee is non-refundable and applies to every individual traveling, including children.
Right, excellent. So how long will it take to obtain the ETA approval and how long is it valid for?
Typically, the ETA application process is pretty quick and decisions are usually made within 3 working days. However, sometimes it can be faster. And once approved, the ETA is valid for 2 years or until the applicant's passport expires, whichever comes first. And during this period, travelers can visit the UK multiple times.
That's really excellent to know. So what happens if my ETA application is refused?
Okay, this is a common question. If your ETA application is refused, it's important to understand the common reasons for rejections to avoid these issues in future applications. Some frequent causes for refusal include prior exclusion or deportation from the UK, also having a criminal record conviction in the UK or elsewhere, previous breaches of UK immigration laws, such as overstaying a visa, and also providing false information or even failing to disclose important facts in your application. However, if your ETA application is denied, you may still have some options. Depending on your circumstances, you could consider applying for a different type of visa, not an ETA, but a standard visitor visa or a transit visa to the UK.
No, that's excellent. So are there any known issues with the ETA application system?
Some users have reported technical issues, especially with uploading documents and using the government's mobile app. It's important to ensure all documents meet the required specifications and to check any updates and guidance on the official ETA website. If you encounter any issues, I would suggest that you apply through iVisa's website, as this platform is free of errors and there's always someone there to help you with the process. And they even have an app you can download for an even smoother experience.
Brilliant. So are UK ETAs checked before departure from certain countries?
That's another good question. Yes, for certain countries such as ferries from France to Dover and Eurostar trains to London, UK border force staff will check ETAs before departure while the traveler is still in continental Europe. Some airlines might check it before boarding too, so it's important to ensure that all travelers have the necessary permission to travel to the UK before they begin their journey, and so they also avoid any issues at the port of entry.
Okay, great. I've got a popular question here. How can people apply for an ETA?
Okay, so one way to apply for the ETA is through the government's UK ETA app or through their official website. There you will need to provide your passport details, contact information, a valid photo, and pay the application fee. However, there's also another option, and this is to apply through iVisa, which offers several advantages, like that you can complete your application in any language, access 24/7 customer support in case you need it, and save your progress and continue later. And this can be particularly helpful if you encounter any technical issues when applying through the government website.
Okay, great. So can the validity period of the ETA change in the future?
While the current validity period is 2 years, there is some speculation that this could be adjusted to 1 year in the future. However, as of now, no official changes have been confirmed.
Great. So I've got another popular question here. Can children travel to the UK without an ETA?
No, children also need an ETA to travel to the UK. Each individual, regardless of their age, must have a separate ETA.
Okay, and what information is required to apply for an ETA?
Okay, this is also a common question. So, applicants need to provide their passport details, a valid photo, contact information, and answer a set of questions about criminal history and immigration history, plus the payment of the application fee, as we just mentioned. It's also important to know that it's a pretty quick process most of the times, and most applicants receive a response within 3 working days.
Brilliant. So lots of good tips here. Next question, can someone else apply for an ETA on my behalf?
Yes, someone else can apply for an ETA on your behalf, and this is particularly helpful for children or individuals who may need assistance with the application process.
Great. And next question, how will airlines and border officials know I have an ETA?
The ETA is a digital record that's linked to your passport. So airlines and border officials will be electronically notified that you have a permission to travel to the UK. However, it's super important to carry the passport you used for the ETA application when you travel, along with the confirmation you'll get once the ETA is approved.
Great. Can an ETA be revoked or cancelled after it's issued?
Yes, this is something that concerns some people, but yes, an ETA can be revoked if the conditions under which it was issued changed, or if any false information was provided during the application process.
Right, great. So do I need a new ETA if I get a new passport? I guess that's a good question.
Yes, if you get a new passport, you will need to apply for a new ETA. And this is because the ETA is linked to the passport you used during the initial application.
So does having an ETA guarantee entry into the UK? I guess that's a good question too.
No, unfortunately, an ETA does not guarantee entry into the UK. It gives you the initial permission to travel, but entry will still be determined by a border officer upon your arrival.
Okay, great. So what are the penalties for travelling to the UK without an ETA?
Okay, so traveling to the UK without an ETA when one is required can result in being denied boarding by the airline, or even worse, refused entry at the border. Additionally, knowingly arriving without a mandatory ETA is a criminal offence.
Right, great. And for those on transit, do they need an ETA?
Yes, travelers from the countries mentioned transiting through the UK will also need an ETA. And why? This requirement helps prevent the misuse of connecting flights to bypass the need for permission to travel to the UK.
Brilliant, Paula. Lots of great tips there. So thank you very much. So I guess that wraps up our comprehensive look at the UK's ETA system. We hope you found this information helpful. And once again, a big thank you to Paula for sharing her expertise with us today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and there's lots more insightful content on travel and visas. And if you have any more questions or topics you'd like us to cover, leave them in the comments below. And once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.